Talking about the Hicksville, man, let me tell you a little bit more. There's some more stuff that happened. It's an interesting thing. Um, the end of the school year came, and she went her way, and she was going to another school, and I was staying at that same school, and I went my way, type of thing. Anyway, um, it was about maybe a couple years later, 2 or 3 years later, I end up running into her again. This time she worked at a restaurant. And I went in just to have lunch at that time. I was in college, what is it called? The local college. But it's one of the for the undergraduates, or up to, I think, up to a bachelor's degree type of college, trade school. That's what it is, trade college type of thing. I was studying to be a nurse at the time. So anyway, I meet up with her at a restaurant, and then not so much meet up. She was working there. She was one of the waitresses. And anyway, I go order my food. At that time, I still ate like I do now. I mean, well, I don't eat as much now, but and I ate pretty well. I mean, I was a young guy, young strapping guy, and it was just weird. We kind of hit it off, and she was going for a break. I think that was the next day. I can't remember exactly how, but anyway, the next time we got together, she was going on a break, and we got together just to spend time trying to catch up, and one thing led to another, and it was kind of like my first time. Her, I'm not sure if it was. I don't think it was, because I'll give you some more insight here in a moment. But it was kind of like the first time, and I remember having we're intense into it, and all of a sudden I hear the front door open, and it's my stepfather walking in to the house. Thankfully the door was closed in my room and all that, and I remember startled and getting up, getting our clothes back on, and nothing happened, nothing weird, nothing like that. It just it startled both of us. And so anyway, we're fully closed, and we're still talking. We're still trying to save the mood, but of course your parents come and screw up the whole mood. It's just one of those things. So anyway, I take her back after a couple hours that she took off. I mean, once again, she took off from work. I take her back to work, and we said goodbye to each other. See you soon, because we were going to get back together. And I go back about another week. I mean, we would talk a little bit on the phone. I think about the next week or the week after, I went back. We were going to get together again, and this other guy comes out with her, and he's like, "What are you doing? Where are you guys going? This is my girlfriend." And I'm like, okay. So needless to say, I don't think she was, her first time with me, but still, that felt kind of ugly. I felt kind of used, and I was like, "Oh, nowhere, man. We're old friends. We're just catching up, but we can stay here, and I'll have lunch." And she says, "No, it's okay. Hey, don't you feel like eating something else?" And so I kind of got the hint, and I took off. But I remember being devastated when that happens. I thought we were gonna try to rekindle something. Needless to say, another couple of years, since that last interaction, I see her again at the Bayfront, because I lived in a coastal city at the time, and I see her again, and this time she's pregnant, and I'm thinking it's the same guy that confronted me at the restaurant, and no, it's a different gentleman, and I see her, and she's kind of startled, and I'm like, "No, don't be startled. This is great. This is awesome. You're expecting, and this is great. You got married, and this is awesome." I touched her belly. Of course, you're not supposed to do that to pregnant women, but I didn't give a shit because I just didn't give a shit. I touched her belly, you know, it was a nice closure to all the crap that I've been through high school and a little bit of college. And, you know, uh, her husband, you know, came, confronted me too. And I'm like, he's like, you know, how do you know her? I said, well, I'm an ex, but just an ex. We're just, by random chance, got, you know, man, even now I get tongue tied. All I said was I'm an ex, and it was just by happenstance that we ran into each other. And I left it as that, and I walked away. Once again, fully devastated. I was crying. It was just weird because this woman and this girl at the time had left me just, you know, dangling, you know, just dangling, twisting in the wind. But hey, it is what it is, and I moved on. Later down the line, we end up getting together again, but it's a one-time thing, and it nothing, you know, nothing came of it. But it's just weird, one of those things that happen, and how it's just weird. But then, you know, close to maybe 5-6 years later, I'm in my very early 20s, and I meet this other girl that I really, really fell head over heels in love with. And mind you, there was an age difference there, and I'll leave it as that. Nothing too weird. Don't go there, because it's not about that. But there was an age difference, and you could tell maturity difference is a better word of describing that. And yeah, through a mutual friend, we met, we hit it off, we started hanging out, and I took it as slow as I possibly could, because you know what happened in the past. I didn't want to repeat the same thing, and so, you know, we hung out, we had fun. She met my mom. You know, I met her parents, or her mom, and her brother, and we were close. I mean, it looked like things were starting to move. She met my friends. I met some of her friends, and it was good. And one day, yeah, we, you know, got to that point where we were intimate. And once again, it wasn't her first time. Definitely not my first time. And it was good. But man, I fell like a ton of bricks for this woman. And man, it was apparently only going to be a summer fling. And pretty much by the end of summer, her parents, everybody was moving out of the city, and pretty much took her. And once again, I mean, she gave me back. I got her a pager, I got her a ring, you name it. She gave me back all those things, and I remember just bawling my brains out, man. I was fully devastated, full tower moment, one of the ugliest tower moments you could ever feel. And a couple of weeks went by. She would call. We at that time we didn't have, you know, smartphones or social media. It was, you know, all through the telephone. And yeah, man, it you know, for a couple of weeks it went like that. Then one week, one out of the random, I get a call from this guy, and he's like, "Hey, I heard you were with you're the past boyfriend of my girlfriend." And I lost it, man. I just started crying. I was angry. I was full of rage. And so I blew up and pretty much hung the phone, never talked to her again. She never called again or anything. But I remember after After a couple weeks of that, I go, man, I handled that just like a punk. I handled it instead of saying, oh, okay, thank you for calling me and giving me closure. Good luck to you and her, and I wish her nothing but the happiness and the world for her because she deserves the best. I handled it like a punk. And I even went further down the ladder where at the time I was a hunter, and my stepfather had, rifles and things like that. I remember sitting in the living room on the couch, cleaning my rifle and contemplating just pointing this thing and just squeezing the trigger. Think back now and I'm like, what a punk move. What a down rock bottom move. How I would have devastated my mom, my stepfather, my friends at the time, my entire family. I didn't think about that. I was so hurt, so in a dark place, so unstable. But, there is a supreme being that sent my friend at the time. And that's why I don't say much. And I was very hurt when we were no longer the close friends that we were. He came in and in his own way belittling me, saying, man, what up? And we're going to use the cat. But he called me the cat. And you're going to, over a girl? Really? Over a meaningless girl. But to me, she was my whole world. But yeah, little by little, that made me think. I stopped, I put the rifle up, put all the rifles up, and said, nah, I will just have to continue going forward. But man, like I said, I fell head over heels like a ton of bricks, smashed my face, you name it, man. It was ugly, at least for me. It still hurts, as you can tell in my face. I'm trying not to shed a tear again or relive it. But man, that girl, wow. I think of her from time to time, but of course not thinking of her as she looks now or as she is now, but at that time frame of when we were together. It's like a capsule in time, like you capture in a video type of thing or a picture. But yeah, man, it's guys, it's an abandonment issue, I guess. And that trauma, man, it just continues and it fucks with you. Even now that I'm, at the golden age, it still fucks with you, especially if you're alone or you're single. So, man, yeah, just hang in there, man. That's all I can say is hang in there. Don't give up. I did. I tried. I have some more stuff that's happened to me. I will share it, but it's taken me a little time and courage to try to get to that point.